I'm George Graham. Welcome to the American Master Teacher Program. The videotape you are about to watch is one of a series of videotapes produced for the purpose of enhancing the quality of physical education for children. In this videotape, you will watch several consolidated lessons derived from the 5 content books developed as a part of the American Master Teacher Program. The actual lessons were 30 minutes long, but for the purpose of this videotape, they've been edited to be much shorter. These shorter versions allow us to provide several sample lessons taught by different teachers to children of various ages in a variety of settings. As you watch this videotape, it will be obvious that the lessons have been edited, but in each instance we have tried to include the major parts of the lesson to provide a genuine feel for what actually occurred during those 30 minutes. We hope that you will find the consolidated lessons on the videotape both informative and thought-provoking. As we know, there's no one correct way to teach a lesson. There are a variety of ways, influenced in part by the intent of the teacher, the experience and skill level of the children, and the facilities and equipment available at that school. Our intent in developing these videotapes is to provoke thoughtful discussion and generate new ideas for you as you continue on your journey to becoming a master teacher of children's physical education.
John, do what you can today. I want you to hurt your foot, okay? That's it, boys. Good cooperation. Nice jumping, James. When I say go, I'd like the last person who jumped to return the jump rope to the side of the tennis court where you found it, and I'd like everyone to walk down and sit in front of the chair. Go. All right. Today we're going to work on stick handling skills using the hockey sticks. And we've done a little bit of work with that earlier in the year. And we're going to try to work on improving our ability to control the ball while using different speeds. You'll be doing some work alone today. Some of it you'll do with a partner. And then toward the end, we'll be doing some stick handling against a simple defense. They won't be coming after you full force, but they will be trying to get the ball away from you. So it's going to challenge your skills to be able to stick handle and keep it away from someone who's trying to get it. So that's basically what we have planned today. Now, there are a few cues that help us to be good stick handlers, and have a poster that has these listed. We use a light force, and when you use a light force, which is really almost a tap, you're able to keep the ball close to the stick. That's going to be our focus. As you're stick handling today, I'm going to be looking, and if you've got that ball pretty close to your stick, more than likely you're going to have good control and you'll be able to be successful with the activities that we're going to work on today. All right, when I say go, I would like for you to each get a stick and one wiffle ball, and then begin stick handling through the general space on this half of the tennis court. Point to the side of the tennis court you're going to be working on. Right here. Okay, get your stick and ball and begin. Good, Karen. Keeping it close to your stick. Attaboy, Jeremy. And freeze. Now, while you're working today, we're going to be doing a lot of stick handling, and I want you to continue keeping the ball close to the stick just like you were doing. When I say go this time, I would like you to try to use a little bit more speed and work on using all of the space on this half of the tennis court. If you're having difficulty controlling it, then just slow back down. But work on keeping the ball close to your stick. Go. That's it, Crystal. You're keeping it right next to the stick. Chris, keeping the ball close to your stick. Nice speed, Nicholas, and you're keeping the ball close to your stick. And freeze. When I say go, I'd like you to quickly start stick handling when I blow the whistle one time. So I'm looking for quick starts. Continue moving around the general space. When I blow the whistle 2 times, I want you to stop your body, but keep stick handling the ball in your personal space, side to side. So quick starts on 1 sound of the whistle, and stopping your body, but continuing to stick handle when you hear 2 sounds. All right, pick up your stick. Quick start, that's it. Good. Nice quick start. You kept the ball close to your stick, too. Keep that ball moving. That's it. Doing a good job of keeping it close to your stick. Nice quick start. Attaboy, Tony. And freeze. When I say go, I'd like to give you 10 seconds to find a partner and be sitting here with your partner. Go. Now, we've been working real hard on keeping the ball close to our stick, and most of you are doing a really good job of that. When we're moving in general space, though, you're also going to need to watch where you're going. And the next activity will help you with that. We're going to play a game called Shadow. All right, Jeremy's going to be the leader. Chris is the shadow. He wants to try to stay close to Jeremy and go wherever he goes. See how he lifts his eyes up? He's keeping the ball close to the stick, but he's got to keep his eyes up to see where his partner's going. Go. Yes. Yes, that'll be fine. Looking good, boys. Controlling it, keeping it right next to your stick. Okay, now, we're going to try using our stick handling skills against a defense. In a game, there's going to be another team and other players trying to get the ball away from you. So realistically, we need to practice that. We're going to do it in a simple way. We're going to play a game called Hockey Octopus. When I say go, all of you with yellow sticks, I'd like you to take your ball and your stick and go over to that side of the fence. If you have a yellow stick, point to the fence that I want you to move to. All right? If you have a red stick, spread out in a good personal space and put the ball between your feet. Everybody with the red stick are going to be standing still. You've got to keep that ball between their feet. That's going to try to hopefully make them stand a little more still because it's a little tempting to move around. And they're going to reach out with their stick and try to take the ball away from you. So would that raise your hand if you can tell me if they're the defense or the offense, if they're trying to take the ball away from you? James? Right, they're the defense. They're going to be trying to take the ball away from you. Now, it'll be challenging for you all to stick handle through, but if you choose a good pathway and watch where you're going, especially keeping the ball close to your stick, you should be able to move from one side of the court to the other and back and forth until I blow the whistle. Let me try to demonstrate. Let me use your ball and stick, Karen. All right, Red, you're the defense, so go ahead and pick up your stick. What I want you to do is try to move from one side to the other and still keep the ball close to your stick. So you want to choose a good pathway and try to get through. If you can get through the other side without hitting the ball. You don't want to wind up and just whack the ball. You want to try to keep it close so that you can pick a pathway and then move to the other side. All right? Go ahead and begin. Yeah, but it gives the offense maybe a little bit better chance. Well done, Chris. Kept your ball next to the stick the whole time. And freeze. All right, now offense. Be smart. Don't plow right through the middle if that's where all the people are. That might be a little more challenging for you, and you may be able to handle that. But if you look around, probably could find a different pathway to get through. Remember to keep the ball close to your stick as you move from one side to the other. All right, pick up your sticks and go ahead and begin. And freeze. All right, when I say go, I'd like you to return your ball and your stick to the place where you found it. And once you've done that, I'd like you to come sit back down over here. Go. All right, raise your hand if you can tell me the one thing we were really concentrating on so that we could control the ball while we were stick handling today. Nicholas? All right. Raise your hand if you can tell me why you think that's important when you're playing a game, especially against defense. Jerry? Right. If the ball is too far away from your body, too far away from your stick, then the defense will easily be able to take it away from you. All right, if you're the person stick handling, you offense or defense? Raise your hand if you can tell me. Melissa? You're offense if you're stick handling, and if you're trying to get it away, then you're the defense. Okay. Now, these are just some simple lead-up games to stick handling, and as you practice and get ready for some mini hockey games, rollerblading is getting to be real popular, and around town they are playing hockey. I grew up in New Jersey where we had a lot of ice hockey, and I played that a lot growing up, but now we're getting a lot of roller hockey, so this is a game that you might actually begin to use.
When I say go, what I want you to do is I want you to go and get a ball with your feet and dribble in all of the space, okay? I want you to stay in front of the big fence over here, okay? Stay within the fence over here and stay on this side of the little snake and this side of these cement things, okay? All right? Dribble with your feet, using control, dribble everywhere. Ready, go. Use all the space. Some of y'all are getting bundled up. Use all of the space. Trap it if it's about to hit somebody if you need to. Keep it in control. Looking good. Nice taps. And freeze. 1001. Trap that ball. Nice traps. Okay, when I say go, I want you to get a partner that you work well with. If we're partners, I'm going to lead, and he's going to try to keep up with me. I'm going to try to lose him, but I'm going to try to stay in control. Watch what it looks like. You ready, Josh? Let's go. Okay. Now, was he dribbling behind me? No. Okay. You're supposed to dribble behind your partner. What are you going to do when I say go? Yes, ma'am.
Going to get a partner, and one partner is going to be the leader, and the other partner is going to try and keep up with you drifting the ball.
Very good. Ready, go. Nice control, Devin. Real soft taps, Devin. And freeze. 1001, 1002. Great traps. Okay, when I say go, I want both of you to pick up your ball and get back to back with your partner. Go. By the time I count to 3, you ought to be there. 1, 2, 3. When I say go, I want one of you, just one of you, to squat down. Go. Just one. The person that is standing, I would like you to walk and come squat down in front of me now. The person that is standing. Devin, I want you to put your ball up in the hoop. The people that are squatting, I'd like you to walk, put your ball in the extra hoops on where you got them, and come jog back in here and get with your partner. If you're squatting, go put your ball up. By the time I count to 5, I want everybody in here squatted down in front of me. Terrific work on the dribbling. Lots of good control. How do I know by looking that y'all have control? Yes, ma'am.
That if you tap the ball, it won't go out too far.
Okay, if you tap it softly and it doesn't go out too far?
If you're dribbling, when you say like 1001, you should have already, or 1002, you should already have it trapped.
It should be near you. All right. Last time, who can tell me what we worked on? Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Kicking the ball to each other and trapping it.
Okay, we were passing and trapping. Today we're going to work on some passing and trapping. We're going to, by the end of the period, I hope we'll add a defender. Okay, so we'll have a little defense out there. Okay, so when I say go, I want you and your partner to go, and you're going to get in a triangle space. Okay, here's one. Here's a blue cone. You've got 2 orange cones. This is a space for 2 partners to work with. Let me have 2 volunteers that are partners. Who's your partner, Ansel? Okay, y'all 2 come over here. All right, they're going to go, when I say go, they're going to go and get on the big cone, okay, the big blue cone. And then they're going to point, one of them's going to point to their other cone, and one's going to point to the other cone. So we know where their space is, because if you just look out there, it's kind of mixed up. We're going to get set up in our space, and then we're going to, when I say go, we're going to start passing. Okay, so go ahead and take your ball, make sure your ball's there, put it on the ground. All right, when they know where their space is and they're fine with that, then Amsel's going to come over here in between the other 2 cones, and they're going to step and pass, okay? And our focus today is going to be on looking at our partner when we pass. A lot of you, when you were dribbling, you were looking down at the ball. Well, we need to work on looking up, okay? So when I pass, I'm going to look at Susanna, I'm going to look at the ball, I'm going to look at Susanna, okay? Where do I look first? At my partner to make sure she's ready. Are you ready? I'm going to pass it to you. So I'll look at her, look at the ball, look at her, and she traps it, okay? Then she's going to pass it back to me. Look and pass. Did she look at me? She sure did. Once you find a good space, you should go ahead and start passing. Look and pass. Look. Good. Way to look at her before you pass it. That a girl. Good looking, Devin. Way to look before you pass. Okay, what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be passing and then moving. Okay, the next task that we're going to do is Erica's going to stay there. I'm going to look, pass, and then I'm going to run to the empty cone for her to look and pass to me. Now, as soon as she gets it, she's getting ready to pass it where? Over there, to me. You ready, Erica? We're going to try to go fast. Here we go. Let's see a good trap, okay? Ready? I'll look at her, pass, and I move. Okay, she traps it, look, pass, and move. I trap it. She's going to move over there. I'll look, pass, and I move. You got it?
Yes.
Ready, go. Pass and move. Good trap. Atta girl. Stop that ball. There you go. Good movement. Yes. Let me come help y'all. I'll be right over there, okay? All right, what we're going to do now is your partner's going to move and you're going to pass it to them out and lead them, okay? We've done that in basketball some. Okay, let's see how I do. You ready, Antonio? Go. Oops, I passed it behind him a little bit, so I need to pass it out in front, okay? So the cues are, you say go, and you look and you pass it, leading the receiver, right? Ready? Go. Okay. Who can tell me what we really worked on today? What was our focus? Yes, ma'am.
Passing.
Okay, passing. What was our focus for passing? Hillary.
Before you pass the ball.
Ooh, that was it. It was looking, okay? We need, as a class, we need to work on looking up when we're dribbling. It's okay to look at the ball some. Even the pros do that once in a while. They look down to make sure it's there. Okay, we need to work on looking out when we're dribbling. we need to make sure that we're looking before we pass. If you were looking around, would you say there's one thing that we might need to work on for our next lesson? How about the last task that we did? Is there anything we might need to work on with that? Yes, ma'am. Okay, passing, because some of us, did we lead the receiver very well? No, some of us passed it right behind the receiver or a little bit too soft. So that might be something we need to work on next time. Okay, terrific work today. When I say walk, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to walk and go stand beside the snake in a nice straight line without touching anybody.
Okay, when I say go, the equipment is spread out. You and your partner should find an area, and all I want you to do just to warm up, I want you and your partner across from each other, either the rope or the net. You will be at each area today, so it doesn't matter where you are first. I just want you to practice any of your manipulatives we worked on to begin with. Remember, that's palms up, palms down, or alternated, just to get used to our rackets doing what we want them to do. Go to your spaces quickly. Everybody got it under control, just manipulating. Nail 1 foot down, keep it waist level. Good, Janice. Good control, good flat paddle. She's at her waist level. She's waiting on it to come down. At your waist, Wes, at your waist. Okay, and freeze. Can everybody see this court? Remember when I say freeze, what I expect. Good job, Christy. She put her paddle down. Put the ball on top, paddle on top of it so it doesn't roll. Matt, would you demonstrate something with me, please? I want you to get at the baseline, the back of your space, and I want you to make an X right on the back line. What do we call that, Matt? What was that called? Home base. Good job. Home base. Okay, I'm moving. I'm getting back home. Getting back home. Getting back home and ready. That's what I expect to see. Any questions? Make her move, make her move. Get back home, Brandon. There you go. Get back home quick. Anthony, you're tossing them right at him. Make him move. Get back home. Get back home. And freeze. Everybody put the ball under your paddle. Come in right here. Keep your space. Put the ball up under your paddle so it doesn't roll. Quickly. Okay. You're doing a pretty good job. For one thing, though, your partner was moving, but some of you, you were tossing it, and they were just having to reach here and there. There's a lot of corners on a court, okay? When you're ever playing a racket sport like tennis, whatever, you want to hit it to where the open spot is. What's the swamp fox? You heard of Francis Marion, South Carolina? He slipped through. He was real sneaky, wasn't he? Okay? What I've got, I want you to think of this. We're going to play a little game. Okay, in here, I've got something that I want to remind you that we want to be sneaky like foxes today. And if everybody would kind of turn this way, since we got a lot of distractions that way I know you're looking at me. Thank you. Okay? I have a little sneaky fox in here. He's kind of moving. He's kind of hungry. But there he is right there, okay? This is a fox fur. Foxes are known for being sneaky. This little fox is to make you think today that we're going to work on a little game called Outfox. Matt, I want you to get your paddle, and I want you to go back to your baseline. I'm Matt's partner again, and what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to be a little sneaky with my throw. Matt, we want one bounce. I want it to come back inbounds on my side over the rope. Now, I'm going to stand on this side and throw. Matt, wherever I make you move, what are you going to do to be sneaky back? Where are you going to hit it? He's going to try to hit it to the open spot, okay? So now we're being sneaky as far as where we return it. Hit to the open space. There you go. A lot better. A lot better. Okay, stay in one place. Look at the open space, Brandon. Everybody freeze. One thing, tosser. You kind of working him to death, and you kind of staying at home base. The hitters at home base, I want the tosser to be extremely on one side, extremely on the other side, or extremely up to the net. That gives them a clear sense of where the open space is. Where's your open space? Okay, where over there? On that side, but up close. If he's back that far, he can recover there. So you want to get it right over, right there. Okay? Let me see if he can do it. Arthur, there you go. A backhand. Oh, that's okay. It was bad over. You had it in the right direction. Let's try it again. Stay there. Let's give him another chance at it. Let's give him another chance. Okay, it's a forehand. Good. It's in on the line. Good job. Right there. Make him move. Oh, okay, Jeremy, now you can find a new space to be in. Okay, where are you tossing from? Where's the open space? Come on, Sky, good hit. You can do it. You worried about where it's going. Make that good hit. It'll go. Outfox that opponent. Hit him to the open space. Hold your equipment. Still, leave it where it is. Come have a seat right here. A lot of you did an excellent job of moving to the open spaces. I didn't say a lot about your hitting today because we've been working on that, and I expect that to be using good forehands and backhands and all the cues that went with that. But today we wanted, everybody's eyes this way, please. I wanted you to mainly move to the open spaces. What would you think would be the next step once people got used to hitting good hits to the open spaces and learning to go back to home base quickly? Where do you think we would go from there? Wes? Both people using their paddles. Okay? Y'all know Steffi Graf? You know her? Andre Agassiz up on the wall up there? Those guys don't say, here, I'm going to hit it right back to you so you can smash it back to me. You know what they do? They try to make the other person get out of position so the next shot they can put it back in their eyes. That's what the strategy of open space is about. And hopefully you learned something about that today.